I got access to and tried the alpha build of MSFS 2024, and I have to say that I'm really impressed with what they've shown in the build. 1. The load times are a massive improvement. I can't emphasize enough how much faster it is compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The transitions from the menu to the game are really smooth. Although they are buggy at times and break the immersion, I'm sure it will improve over time. 2. The new UI system looks much cleaner and more modern. Despite receiving a lot of criticism from the community, I think the new UI is more organized, streamlined, and modern. 3. The ability to walk around is something I didn't expect to appreciate as much as I do, lol. It takes realism to the next level. You can walk around, do pre-flight checks, and actually interact with the aircraft, which is important. For instance, I forgot to remove the pins from my 172 before takeoff and noticed that my speed didn't show up, which was a really nice detail. Performance-wise, my setup is i5-1260K, RX 6800XT, 32GB DDR5, connection 80 megabits per second. By default, game offers Ultra preset. On Ultra, I'm getting 40 to 50 average FPS at any given time, and it's pretty consistent. What I noticed is that GPU sits at constant 90 to 98% usage, didn't exceed 75 degrees Celsius, and used 14 to 15 gigabytes of VRAM. RAM usage was 23 gigabytes, and CPU was between 30 to 60%. Temps didn't exceed 60 degrees Celsius. 5. I have a Thrustmaster TCA quadrant and joystick, but they didn't work in the build. While the game detected them as controllers, they didn't function properly. I checked them in MSFS 2020, and they worked fine there, so I assume this will be fixed before launch. 6. Career mode. Just something to note. While they say you can start your career at any airport in the world, this isn't entirely true. You can only select smaller, more remote airports to start your career. 7. The sound design is a huge upgrade. It genuinely feels like being at an airport with all the ambient sounds. 8. I have a 60 megabits per second internet connection, so streaming wasn't an issue for me. Everything loaded well. I was on medium settings, so I'm not sure about the highest quality, but overall, it's more beautiful and detailed than before. 9. Live traffic wasn't available in this build, so I couldn't experience how it works in the game. Overall, MSFS 2024 feels very gamified. It feels more like a game than a simulator. I hope I'm making sense with that statement, as it's still a very detailed simulator, just with more game-like elements. To me, Flight Model feels 100% exactly the same. I even imported Double Ender and Huey, and they feed exactly the same as in 2020. We will need third-party developers to take advantage of newly added possibilities in Sim that might improve Flight Model. I actually much appreciate game-like elements, missions, that they will have in 2024. I was missing these in 2020 a lot and was always looking for opportunities to do something outside of just standard flying. I sucked at bush flights, and all those new missions sound very exciting. I love when the game has a different mechanics. Either it is or isn't a simulator. I believe they will attract even more buyers with MSFS 2024 by including missions.